How many of you have had to get information verified? You're like, okay, I hear that, but that's just too far-fetched. I cannot believe that it happened. And especially back in this day, I cannot believe that Jesus did that. He is the man of compassion. He's doing miracles. He's teaching us of God's love. So I just don't think that he would do that. Yet 4 of the Gospels record this. So I'm pretty sure that it happened. When you have all 4 of the Gospels record that Jesus said this, did this, and he was adamant about it. So what was this? What is it that he's adamant about? Welcome to Arise, because we're going to look into it in Matthew chapter 21, verses 12 through 13. So with that, we have what's going on here. Jesus has already had this triumphal entry, and then he goes because he wants to worship God. It's not about him being worshiped. It's about worshiping God. So he wants to go to the temple and he wants to worship God. But what does he see when he gets there? He sees money changing tables, and he sees all these animals that people can buy. And he sees inside the temple walls that they are selling things for an exuberant amount versus what somebody could actually pay for if they had just brought it themselves. But these people were from a long ways away. It would have taken them several days to get there to celebrate this Passover in this time. And so, same thing kind of like we go buy fast food. Well, that's like 3 times what you could if you just made sandwiches at home, bought your chips, that kind of stuff, your drinks, and took them with you versus buying it at a fast food restaurant. So, the same idea, same concept. So they were making this exuberant amount of profit because they knew that people, well, if you travel this far, surely you want to be righteous and you want to get rid of your sins. So you want to offer these sacrifices. So they make that price way out of reach. But what does Jesus do? See, Jesus doesn't do that. Jesus doesn't charge us above and beyond, taxing us or putting heavy burdens on us. He doesn't do that. He wants us to come. And we may be heavy laden with something, but he wants us what? When we go to God, it's like, it's a house of prayer. When we go to church, it's a house of prayer. How much praying do we actually do on Sunday morning? Seriously. If God's house is the house of prayer, I just want to ask you, how much time do you actually spend where you are worshiping God, where you are praying to God, where you are taking your sins to the altar and getting rid of them? How much? Because it's something that I think that we need to shift our mindset and go into church. What are we really going to church to do? Is it really to get fed by the pastor? Because I'm not seeing that Jesus says that here. Now, we can get, but the thing is what does he call his house? He calls his house a house of prayer. Are you praying in your home, in your church? When you go to church, is it all about praying?